Yesterday, Donald Trump released his plan for reopening America, and it's a couple of pages long. So that should do it. His new guidelines for reopening parts of the country. President Donald Trump's new guidelines for reopening parts of the country recommend states and localities confirm a 2-week downward trend in coronavirus symptoms and documented cases before starting to ease lockdowns, while assuring hospitals have adequate capacity and robust testing in place. If you would like to see more details of this, they are available. It looks sort of like this, basically, and it's like 5 of those, maybe 6 of those. And that's the plans for reopening the economy, on which the lives or deaths of hundreds of thousands of people might ride.
Donald Trump caves. He went from, well, first of all, he's saying everything at the same time. That is what's frustrating about it. And he's throwing he's like word vomiting all different kinds of concepts at you. None of them hold together. But I will say this. Progressive human beings who seem to focus on policy more than anything else, when it comes to what actual policies he's putting forward, this is Joe Biden's plan minus the part where Joe Biden says we should focus on how this disproportionately affects communities of color.
Yes.
And weeks ago now, maybe a week and a half ago, in the New York Times, you could look at it yourself. Biden put forward a plan in an op-ed that is this. This is something that, and if you want to compare president to president, you can yell at me for all different kinds of things, and I understand. But just on this, Biden came up with a plan better than this, measurably better than this, a week and a half ago. And it took this long. And in between that time and this, Trump went out there and said, I have total authority to do whatever I want in this situation. And then after announcing a group of economic advisors, and then informing those economic advisors that they were on his new group of economic advisors, he talked to those folks. And those folks, it seems, have echoed even the bloodthirsty capitalist CEOs were like, dude, not like that. Let's scale it back. And afterwards, after the folks who led in the social distancing effort, the Gavin Newsoms, the Andrew Cuomo's of the world, the Marios, plus it's pronounced Mario in New York, the Andrew Cuomo's of the world, the ones who put aggressive social distancing in place, the ones who led on that front because they knew it was the reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
Trump has caved to them from a policy standpoint, and he has advocated for common sense policy approach to reopening the economy, which is something that, again, was proposed by saner, better, more reasonable people a while ago.
Yeah. I have other problems with it, though. So they're like if one random doctor put this out and said, here are some things that states and localities should consider before opening, it would be perfectly fine. But when I have been waiting week after week to see what they are going to do in DC, in the White House, to help the states do that, that is where this has nothing. So as an example really fast, let me bring up one of these. So guidelines for all phases, employers, has things like, for instance, do temperature checks, testing, isolating, and contact tracing. Okay, that's great. Where are they getting the tests from? Are you helping them to get the tests? Are you buying up and distributing more tests? Like maybe they will be in an area where the state has a bunch of tests. We know that most states don't. So it's one thing to say you should all employers should be doing their own testing, but you're not doing anything to make it happen. You've wasted another month where you could have been doing that. And so this is like if one random nonprofit was like, here's something that would be nice, not the executive branch, which has tons of money and power and resources to help make it happen. He's acting as if he's just like a voyeur on this thing when he should be a leader on this thing.
His whole approach is that of the absentee father who thinks he's doing a great job.
Yep.
He shows up and ruins your life in every possible way. And if despite him you manage to be a functional human being, he claims credit for saying like, see, I gave you the guidance you needed and not a bit more.
Yeah. Yeah. And so it's also, he went from total authority to I'm gonna back up the states to it's all on you guys. The whole total authority thing. Maybe that's too much work. I don't necessarily want that. And so why that huge switch? Well, according to some members of the administration, let's go to this. Trump's "the buck stops with the states" posture is largely designed to shield himself from blame should there be new outbreaks after states reopen or for other problems, according to several current and former senior administration officials involved in the response who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss internal deliberations. So it is a conscious plan to put out a plan that gives them nothing, that does nothing, but then they can point to and say, if outbreaks happen anywhere, we told you what you should be doing. It was totally on you to do it. We didn't help you at all. We left you out, in the cold. But now it's all on you guys.
Yeah, that's obviously what he's doing. He's trying to position Republicans as the ones who want to reopen the economy, and Democrats as the one who don't want to reopen the economy. But everything he does would put people at greater risk. And it's just this feeling that I think we all have and should have, which is like, dude, just shut up. Just shut up. I will place orders with you. Build them. Like, we got this because we have to get this.
Yeah.
Like that's what's so frustrating about it. And the Democrats are the ones who get to and must through I want to say it's through the I don't care who it is. I want the Bloomberg people who made the ads. I want everyone who made every ad that was remotely good, like even like the Lincoln Project Republicans, to remind everyone that when the rubber hit the road, when it came to sending you checks to get you through this, real human beings, Trump held that money ransom so he could put his stupid name on it.
Yeah.
Like, he held your money ransom. If he's so much about you getting money and getting on your feet financially, why did he hold the money so he could put his stupid name on him? Something that when you close your eyes and listen to your heart, you know that's something he did, even though he denies it.
Yeah.
You know that's something he did.
Yeah.
And everyone else
at a press conference.
Everyone else is like, I got a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like that producer who shows up and is like, make it, I don't know, brighter, but not as bright.
Yeah.
For more political news breakdowns, interviews, stories of activism, and me trying my hardest to care about the occasional big celebrity news story, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/The Damage Report. And you can ring the bell wherever it is so you don't miss anything.